Good evening, everybody. So let me just check that we are working everywhere and we are working on YouTube. So good evening, everybody on YouTube. Hi, Sarah Jane, or do I call you SJ? Carol, Hope. It's a diamond dazzle day in NYC. I wish I was there, Hope. Hi, Margaret, Dawn, Rob. Rob, you won last week. I don't know whether you didn't message or not, or whether it's because you're not on Facebook. Hi, Margaret, Kathleen, Sandra, Anna. Let's check that we are working on Facebook. Oh, yeah, we are working on Facebook. Oh, crikey. I can't keep up with you. So good evening. I'll say good evening, everybody. That's probably more. That'll cover everybody who's already there. Right, I'm quite looking forward to tonight. It should be nice and chilled. And hopefully I might be able to show you something slightly different. I thought it was a good idea. We're going to do one image in with the alcohol pens, and we're going to do the same image with the watercolor blending brush pens, which I thought was a really good idea to show you the difference, show you how different they are. Oh, let me take that off. Show you how different they are to use and to blend, and the different kind of effect that you're going to get from the two different sorts of pens. So I can't choose a favorite. Yeah, that's fine, Rob. Yeah, that's fine. I can't choose a favorite because I like both different types of pens. You'll get a different result, obviously, from each. You can see that I've got my 7 sets all in a little crescent in front of me. So how you've seen me use the pens on TV is exactly how I use them when I'm in my own craft room. So I just have them all out in a little crescent or in a row in front of me, and then I can see all the lovely colours. I'll talk to you a little bit. I won't go on and on because I do want to get both of these images done. But I will talk to you a little bit about the pens and about the watercolour pens, etc, etc. We are going to use the alcohol pens first because I've got them all out. And that is the image I'm going to use on the card. I can tell you that much now. So good evening, everybody I've not spoken to. I've got the heating on, Linda. This will make you laugh, though. I've got the heating on, but I've got my shorts on and flip-flops. Oh, no, I've got my slippers on. I've got my slippers on. Hi, Rose. Good evening to everybody I've not spoken to yet. Yeah, so I think you're going to like this. We'll look at the stamps in a second because I absolutely love these. And I think I've only ever used them once in a live, which is it's just a shame. It's blasphemy. So we'll look at the stamps. You can see I've got my demo prepped here. So it'll be a simple card because we are going to concentrate more on the colouring and trying to teach you how to use the pens, how to select colours, how to blend them, etc, etc. So the first thing I need to tell you all, do you, Emma? Sue's got a fan on. Wow. No fans in here. Hi, Mel. Hi, Celia, Karen, Jennifer, Anne. Evening, Shell. Oh, that's brilliant, Shell. Shell's saying she's been playing with her retro diner stamps this weekend, just gone. Not obviously not this weekend coming. Hi, Jackie, Marie, Julie, Wendy, Jenny, and everybody I haven't spoken to yet. Right, so I'm going to pop this to one side. I've got a couple of things I need to tell you before I show you the stamps. I'm going to start by showing you the stamps because most people, I have my heating on. It also feels cold after your York and sunshine. I bet, Caroli. I bet. I can't keep flip-flops on. I keep kicking them off. Oh, Marie, stop it. Marie, I need to come and do a workshop over where you are. Find a shop. Get me booked in. Kay's got her patio doors open now. I've got... No, stop it. Right, so let's have a quick look at the stamps. So these stamps are all really, really low in stock now. I loved them when Trudy first did them, and I still love them now. So I know most of us, or most most people would be a little bit scared or intimidated by the retro diner stamps, because you look at them. I mean, that's absolutely stunning. It's a stunning image. It's packed with sentiments, and you look at them and you think, well, it's a bit big. Well, actually, they're not. So when Trudy originally did these, we did them to make sure that they fit on just about any size of card. So if you like DL cards, if you like slimline cards, you're going to get the slimline part in the middle. If you like A5 cards, these are perfect for A5 cards, yeah? Remember, you don't have to use the whole image. You can just use parts of it as well. So anything A5 and upwards, you're absolutely fine. Remembering, you can fussy cut these, you can use sections from it, and so on and so forth. So I am going to spend just a minute, just a couple of minutes, showing you these stamps, because they are stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And they're all half price, which I didn't know. So I'm going to get you a link straight away, because once these have gone, clearly Trudy isn't with me anymore. So once they've gone, they are gone. And at half price, you'd be silly not to take advantage of that. I love the theme of this as well. So it's good for proms. It's good for people my age. The retro diner theme never goes out of fashion. It's a bit like Grease. It reminds me of Grease. So it does. Is my screen buffering? It might be a little bit, but that's Facebook, not me. What did that? I missed that. Loads of friends who would come to a workshop. I can use your patio. Thank you, Marie. That'd be fabulous. So let's just have a quick look at the retro diner stamps. So they're all of a theme. So here you can see pretty girls sat in the diner, packed with lots of sentiments, and the sentiments are fantastic. I remember doing these with Trudy. So Trudy did the images and I did the sentiments with her. So enjoy your special day, lots of love. Look at the style of the sentiments. Oh, it's fabulous. You're a sweetheart. Have a fabulous day. And again, A5 stamp sets. Love this one because you can use this one for couples. They're always forgotten about. So you've got the dupe. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to let you see the actual stamp, because these stamps are really, really impressive. Yeah. So you've got the jukebox in the background, you've got the couple there, and you've got the floor, the dance floor, the diner floor. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love that you've got something for couples. Then you've got Rockabella, who I remember when Trudy did this one, she said, can I do something for larger ladies? So you know what I'm saying. Look, you know what I'm saying. It's real life. And I love that she actually even thought about that. You've got the gumball machine there. Flip it over, let you see that image. These are really, really easy to colour in, everybody. Dead easy to colour in. You can cut all of them out. If you look, they're all dead easy to fussy cut out. So we've got the Sitting Pretty, Puppy Love, Rockabella. Then you've got the Diner Divas. These must be the it girls. They must be the it girls. I'd have been running around with them. I'd have been with the it crowd. These stamps are fantastic. So I mean, again, you look at them and you think, oh, I'd never be able to colour that in. I promise you can. Anybody can. This is the one I'm going to do tonight, and this one's called Sweet Sunday. I absolutely love this, and I love this sentiment. Let me show you this. Be a Knickerbocker glory in a world of ice cream. How amazing is that? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that is the one that I am using tonight. For some reason, I've got my new ones and not the set that I've been using. Then you've got a couple of backgrounds, which I love as well. So you've got the checkered floor, and you've got this wibbly wobbly wavy one which looks like tiles on a wall. That one's called Retro Backgrounds. I'm nearly done. Then you've got the retro extras, which Trudeau is really good at doing all these extras for you. So you can take any of those main images that we've just looked at and expand them with the extras. So you've got the milkshake, the cola bottle, the mini jukebox, the front of the car, which I think is amazing. You've got his and hers jackets, the cherries, the strawberries, the roller boots, fries, the burger, the records. It's just amazing. And then the retro diner signs, which I am using this evening. These stamps are fabulous. Hi, Jean. Good evening to everybody I've not spoken to already. I'm just in the throes of showing everybody the stamps. These are fabulous, by the way. I'm using this tonight. So this has got all these lovely borders. This one here for your sentiment. That one with the coat. So you can, again, build up your images. So I'll leave that there because I am using it. And then you've got the A6 size jukebox. And just to compare the sizes, look. There you go. The A6 jukebox. So these absolutely... Yeah, you can call you Linda. I love this collection of stamps. I would urge any of you to get any of these and just have a go with them. We all know somebody who these are going to relate to. I know loads of people I can send these to. Loads of people. So that is the Retro Diner collection. We're going to get right into stamping and colouring in a second, because I want to get cracking with this. Do not miss out on those stamps, everybody, because once they've gone, I obviously cannot replace them because they're not designed by me. They were Trudy's. So once they're gone, they are gone forever. Forever. Right, so that's my scrap for my palette. That's my scrap for my other palette. And I'm going to show you. So if you're going for any of the stamps, don't check out yet, everybody. Don't check out yet. Look at this paper with the cherries on. I'm using that tonight. Love it, love it, love it. I'm just putting all the bits out of the way. So this is what I was saying about using the image look. So I've scaled this down to fit on an A5 card blank. It's gone, Jackie, it's sold out. We've no longer got the motorbike one. All gone. Oh, that's what I'm saying to you. Once they're gone, they're gone. You'll probably like this one once I've coloured it in as well. So I imagine most of you will probably go for this image. But it relates to everybody. Look at the kids now when they're doing these themed nights as well. Oh, you do, Diane. You absolutely do. These are just... Hi, Sharon. These are fabulous just to sit in colour in for an afternoon. So I've taken that stamp look and I've made it thinner just by stamping off the edge. And I'm going to do that on this piece. So this is going to be my card. And I've got on here 2 papers that are from the Retro Diner collection. Now, I can't find my paper packs, so I've had to print these so the colour's not as good as it should be. And I'm just going to show you these 2 paper packs. If you go for any of the stamps tonight, treat yourself to the papers. The papers have currently got 30% off. If you use code... Let me find it. Use code RETRO and get 30% off the Retro Diner papers. Look at me getting all technical. I didn't even know I could put pictures on here. So you've got the candy pop there, which is obviously the girly one, and the one that has the pretty colours in it. And then we've also got the rocker. I can't remember what this one's called. I'll tell you in a second. Come on, keep up, catch up. I cannot. It'd be what mine looks like now. So just for anybody who doesn't know, if you buy the papers, which I think are an absolute bargain, particularly the Rockabilly, the one we're looking at now, it's brilliant for your men's cards because it's got some darker tones in it. So you just need to put the code RETRO in capital letters in the little code box, yeah, when you're checking out, and you will get 30% off those papers automatically. So I've got all my bits done. Look at that paper. It's a simple card because we are spending the time on the colouring rather than the card, because that's what you wanted, so that's what you've got. So here we go. We're going to stamp and colour this one in with the alcohol markers. We'll talk more about the pens when I get to that stage. I've taken most of my desk up with the pens, so I'm working in a small area. So this piece of card I've got here is 10.5 by something. 10.5 by something. 17.5. So 10.5 by 17.5. It'll fit perfectly on a it'll fit perfectly on an A5 card. And I'm ashamed to say I've got 2 sets of these stamps, the same as I do all my others, and I cannot find my used ones, so I've got to use one of my new ones, and I hate doing that. I hate using a stamp that I've already used. So let's see if I can get more of this in the shot. Hang on. Make some space, Phill Martin. Make some space. A little bit of space, but you get the drift. So I can pop the piece of card in the middle. I can hold that down with my magnets because I can see where the space is. And now look, we've got this stamp here, and so I can position it wherever I want it. And I'm just going to make sure she's straight, although it is, as I've said before, overrated. So let's get that on there and get that stamped. So remember, alcohol pens, it needs to be memento. It needs to be memento when you're colouring in with alcohol pens. Inches, oh crikey Linda, I've told you it's cold. You're pushing your luck wanting inches in this weather. So in inches, it's 7. Well, no, it's actually 6 3/4 by 4 and a bit. 7 by 4 and a bit. Right. So I'm just going to stamp this image. And I don't know whether this is a new or an old memento, so I might have to go in twice. I've already stamped it for the watercolour one, just to save a little bit of time. You can see that these are unique images. I love them. Anything that's out of the ordinary, I love it. Oh, in actual fact, I don't need to go in again. Oh, look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Love it. As I say all the time. The Stables Caravan site has asked to join our Facebook group. Hi Donna. You just choked on your dinner. YM. Hi Helen. I know why, Emma. I'll have to take the blame. Oh, let me just put this back. You can't say we don't have a bit of fun. Right. So let's talk about the pens just for a second. So as ever, and I've told you this before everybody, the pens are on a permanent half price. Permanent half price. And we do that just to give people... Well, I'm saying permanent. I'm going to retract that because it won't be permanent. Hi Dawn. But the pens are currently half price. I'm going to get you a link if I can find them on the website. La 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 la. Elaine, sorry. And again, and on YouTube. So I've popped the link on Facebook and on YouTube for the pens. So let's just talk about the pens just for a second, just to let that memento dry. I mean, most of you will know this, so I'm probably talking to you about something you already know. So the pens, I know, Emma. You should know better. Hey up, Bob. How you doing, darling? Oh, it's time we went for that coffee. So the pens, as most of you know, are double-ended. So you get them with the chisel and you get them with the brush. I've got my bullet nibs here. So you get them with the brush nib, not the bullet, yeah? There are 7 sets of 24. And they all, I've color coordinated mine just to make it easier. So once you've got them all, look, you can put them in color families. It just makes it a little bit easier. These pens are the easiest pens in the world to use. And I've used several different brands, okay? There won't be any more. 7 sets is it. So if you bought the complete set tonight, at half price, I must add. Oh, did you, Caroline? You should show me. I know I miss you all, Bob, as well. So if you treat yourself to the full set of pens tonight, you can get them and know that there's never going to be any more sets added. Seven sets was plenty. It covered everything, okay? So you've got the chisel and you've got the brush nib. You do get a packet of the bullet nibs with the pens if you buy the full set, so you can try them before you probably want to replace them. Do not throw your brush nibs away. They were very expensive and they're beautiful. So do what I do. I've got 2 sets of pens. In fact, let me show you the brush. Hang on. As you would expect, I've got 2 sets of pens. So I've got one set that's got the lovely brush nib on, look. And then I've got my other set that's got the bullet on. And I tend to use the bullet for demonstrating now because it's what people are used to. But please practice with your brush nibs because they are amazing, okay? So where do we start? We start with the cardstock. So the cardstock for alcohol pens has to be different. You can't use your basic white cardstock with this. What we've got here is our super smooth brilliant white, which is proper super smooth, okay? And what that does is it allows the alcohol to evaporate at the right pace. So all alcohol pens will bleed through the cardstock. They are meant to do that. It's what happens when the alcohol is evaporating and the colour is staying on the image. I'm going to colour her in. I'm going to colour her in using Trudy's image. Now, if you look at this, if you look at the image, you can see that the stripes on her hat and on her, what do you call that? That jump top thing, t-shirt thing. Trudy's put them in with the pens, so we're going to have a go at that. So, how do you choose colours? How do you choose the colours? So, I'm going to tell you how I choose my colours. And I'm going to bring in the papers that I'm using for this image. So I'm using this lovely dark red and the cherry paper. So I'm going to be able to match her. I'm going to be able to match her dress more or less to the same sort of colours. Yeah, Penny, that's it. Oh, thank you, Alison. I would urge you, if you can't get all the pens, just treat yourself to a set and have a go. You don't have to use them for characters. You can use them for anything. The thing that I love about Trudy's people is they are very stylised. So they're very, very forgiving and easy to colour in. So I'm going to choose the reds first, and I'm going to try and find reds that will allow me to more or less match that. So I'm going to show you some of my reds, look. So I've got my reds mixed in with the browns. It's just how my colours, how my sets flowed, look. So the yellows went into the oranges, into the browns, into the reds, etc. etc. I think I already know, this is just experience, but I think I already know which 3 reds I'm going to use. But let's just, for the sake of an argument, show you one that I know I'm not going to use. So this is called Deep Red. So this is what I do when I'm doing my palette. So Deep Red is number 10. I know I'm not using that, but I'm just showing you for the sake of argument. Number 11 is Carmine. Little tip for you as well, everybody. Your bullet nib is the one with the grey strip. Number 11 is Carmine, which is redder, look. So number 11, and I know I am using that. Number 5 is Cherry Summer. I can't see it. Cherry Pink, it says, but it's not. It's actually a lovely maroon colour. Can you see, look? That's number 5. We'll do her clothes and the settee first, and then I could go 2 ways now. We could go with number 1, which is Wine. I'll leave that there just in case. Or we could go with a reddy brown. And I think I'm going to go with the reddy brown. You can also do this with grey. I'll leave that there just in case I use it. So now look, you can see how I'm going to make this colour. So I want the middle of my cherries to be red. Yeah, and I want it to be darker on the outside. Need more reds in your stash, yeah. The set, if you remember when we first released these, if you get the whole set, you've got all the pens. But if you are just going to collect them one at a time, all the sets are workable. So you can just choose any set. Lynn's, oh, I don't know whether Karen's online. When I use the code for the papers, it's saying it's already been used, but I haven't used it before. Karen, I'll have to look at that for you, Lynn. Lynn, don't panic, because you can always just message us afterwards. I know Karen's packing because she's away tomorrow, so she'll be dipping in and out. You could use the checkered ones for Christmas, yeah? Wendy, I never knew they had a colour written on. Can't beat a nice red wine, Phil. So, in fact, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to put a grey in. I'm going to put a grey in just to show you how to use greys with reds. Not that one. That's too light. Let's go a bit darker. Let's go a bit darker. Yeah, that should work. Warm grey 4. It might not be dark enough. I'll try. So I know I'm going to be able to choose those colours. So let's start. Now, different people will teach you differently. In fact, let me show you, look, the colour coming through. I forgot what I was just going to say. Different people will teach you different ways. Different images I would colour in a different way as well. So you just need, it's just practice. Lots of tips. I am full of tips. Hi Teresa, hi to everybody just joining. So I'm going to start with the lightest colour. And the lightest colour on here is number 11. Oops, not with the chisel. And I think I might do the settee. I might do the settee in the same colours just so that it's quicker. What time is it? Yeah, it's 7:30. So I'm going to colour in circles. I've got a guide, look, so I know I'm only really doing her, what do you call it, skirty thing. you can actually feel how smooth these pens go on. I'm not going to spend ages talking about shadows and stuff. I think I have done a video somewhere. On YouTube with the alcohol pens that goes into detail about shadows and shadow light sources and stuff like that. So you can see I'm going on with the lightest red. I've got the wrong glasses on, it's no wonder I can't see. That's better. Oh, that's much better. I think I might do the settee the same. No, it'll be too much red. I'll do the settees black. I'm not going to worry about the cherry. I'm just going to colour the cherry in. And her hat. So, top tip coming up. When you get to small areas like this, like the top of her hat, are there specific designs where you would use watercolour? Not really, Ruth. It just depends what look you're going for. When we've done both images, you'll be able to see the difference. And personally, for me, if I'm colouring anything that's a character, whether it's a person, a teddy bear, I don't know, or anything like that, I would always prefer the alcohol pens because the colours are more vivid. Watercolour is good for everything, as we know. So when you've got small images like this, I'm just doing it in little dots. And what else is red? So her collar is red. The collar is small, so I'm just colouring the whole thing. I'm not going to say what. I'm not going to say what I was just going to. But it was funny. Oops, I've gone out of a line. I'll show you how to fix that. So my first colour is on. So you can see, looking at that, I've left white spaces. So these white spaces, when we've finished, are what will be the highlights. And you can do this different ways. You can go dark first and bleach it out with the lighter colours, or you can do it the way that I've just done it. So I'm going to go on to the next colour now, which I'm not using 10, which I know, and I might not use the warm grey, but we'll see. So I'm moving now on to number 5. So now, these are so easy to colour in. So I'm not even worrying about where I've been. So what we're doing now is we're starting to add shadows. So I know it's going to be a little bit darker under a pinny. It's going to be a little bit darker along that side of a collar. And this side. And also this side of a hat. Same with the boots. It'll be darker on this side. I'm doing this super quick, but you'll get the gist. It'll be darker where it's behind a leg. And you can see I'm doing dots. I'll add a few more here. Remembering that colouring with alcohol pens is not quick. It's a labour of love. Yeah. So I've gone on with the darker colour. And now I'm going darker still, which is number 1. Number 1 is the wine. Let me get a drink. So again, I'm going back where I was. I'll bring this in so you can see the difference, because it's really obvious to me where I've been and where I haven't been. Anybody can do this. Anybody. So the reason I'm doing dots is dots give you texture, and if you're colouring in furry things as well, dots for that as well. It's all just a matter of building up the shades, building up the colour. So let's just show you what I've just done. So that's what I've just done, look. And you look at that and you think, oh my word, oh my word. I'm going to change the warm grey, I think, to the 91. Which is the oak. It says oak. Now browns and reds go really, really well together. So I'm just adding a little bit of the brown where I want it to be darker. It'll bleach out, excuse me, it'll bleach out a little bit of that red. And now back to the first colour, which is 11. I'm going to have to speed up because I'll never get both cards done. So now all I'm going to do is colour in circles. So I'm going over everything. If I just show you the boot, so that's how the boot looks at the minute. Remember to allow the pen to dry as well. And another top tip, don't do this on your dining table without a cover. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm just concentrating while I do this. It's not going to be perfect, as you can tell. So that's with one coat of the first colour. So remember, you go in order, and now I'm going to the next one, and this might actually be enough. Number 5, where are you? So I'm going to number 5 now. And now we're getting that lovely dark red. Which should more or less match my cherries. And I'm going to show you another little trick in a minute. So we'll allow that to dry for a second. We'll allow that to dry for a second and we'll move on to the settee. Don't forget to drink. I'll never get two images done. So you have to remember to let the colour dry. We've got to go over that again with the first colour. So we've got to go back over that with the bright red to tone it down. But you can see where the shadow is. And I think for the settee, I'm just going to do black and white stripes. So let's just see which grey I want. I use grey and black. No, that's too blue. It needs to be cool grey, I think. The green blues are not the right one. That's better. And black. So I'm just going to quickly do the settee. Talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Oh, wrong one. Not right one. I'm doing this super quick. So it's exactly the same principle, whatever you're colouring in. What's this? That's the other settee. So I'm going to do alternate stripes. I think maybe I was being a bit ambitious saying we'll do two. So we're going to we'll either leave that white or do red. So I think we'll probably do red. So bear with me while I colour this in. This is the problem with colouring on a live. It always takes longer than you think. It's a good time to do your shopping. I can't even look at the screen because I'm looking at this. So this will be black when I've finished. So it'll be black with red stripes. I just didn't want it to be too red. You can tell as well that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with alcohol pens whether you do lines or circles or what have you. It won't make any difference. Oops. So the cushion, so white, I'll do this one. So white, grey. Remember as well, there's loads of samples on the Facebook page already with these. You've just got to go to the albums and find the Retro Diner one. I'm just going to do the tabletops a pale grey at the end. So black is next. I can't see what anybody's saying to me yet. This is why I try not to do colouring in too often on a Facebook Live. Colours and colours. So now I've got the black, which is the proper black, yeah. So you just need to be careful with the proper black, which is why I've used that grey. So I've used the grey as my highlighter, because it is a proper jet black. And if that's the look you're going for, that's fine. But just remember, it is very black. So I'm obviously doing black and red settees. It won't take long. This is actually longer than the watercolouring, and I know you're all waiting to see skin colours, so I'll get to them as soon as I can. So just some black. You can tell when I'm on a delicate bit because I stopped talking. And then back to the original grey. This is a cool grey. So the cool greys are like that, look. So green, grey, green, cool grey. So the cool greys have got a little hint of blueness to them. So now I'm just going to literally fill in everything. And what will happen is this gorgeous grey, you can actually see it already. This gorgeous bluey grey is bleaching out some of the black, and it's actually putting in the shadows automatically. Can you see that, look? Because I've used black. Oh, it looks ace. So once I've done this, I will just do the red stripes, because we are going to have red stripes on the settee as well. And just allow this to dry. You have to allow the alcohol to evaporate. I've done quite well so far, not colouring her legs in grey. Squeak, squeak, squeak. That is the pens and not me. So that will need one more coat, but not until Not until I've allowed it to dry. Colouring with alcohol pens is not quick. It's building the colour up. I thought I'd missed a bit then. So I'm going to move back to the red. And we're going to do 2 jobs now with the red. So I want number 11. So you can see we're getting there slowly but surely. And I'm going to do this speed colouring. So forgive me everybody. We are having a black and red settee. I'm sure it was all the rage at some point. Remember, I'm doing cherry red, so it's not going to be bright like this. It's going to be dark like that. Just making sure what that area is. And making sure. It's a good job it's going to be red. That's a red stripe. Sorry, I know I'm not talking a lot. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing the right bits. Go and get your papers, go and get your stamps. Everybody should have some of these retro diner stamps in their stash, even if it's just a couple. And don't regret it, because once they're gone, they are gone. Oops. I'll show you how to fix that. I am colouring this particularly quick, as you can see. I'm just trying to leave that little bit because I want that to be the shine, so that it gives you the idea that that's curved. So I'm going to do less shading on the settee, just so you don't get too bored. Oh my God, it's nearly 8 o'clock. I hope I'm not doing it too quick. Can you see the difference just by adding the darker colour? So just going under. I'm not doing as many shades on the settee. I'm just doing these 2 because I want it to be a slightly different red. Oops. Right, so first things first, we're starting to get somewhere, look. Have you all gone to make your tea? Have you all nodded off? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be very brave and we're going to use the chisel. And I'm going over where I've already been with her, with the first red. Oops. Yeah, I'm just making sure. With the first red. And let me just do this bit and I'm going to bring it in and show you what happens. So we've just allowed the alcohol in that area to dry. Or to evaporate. So what that, I can actually see this really, really well now. Can you see what's happened to her? Her dress has got redder. So her dress has got redder just by adding that extra layer of this on. So it's effectively, it's bleaching out. It's bleaching out the shadows, but still leaving them there. That looks amazing. And that's just really, really quick colouring. If you're not comfortable with the chisel, stick to the bullet. So now back with the first red onto the sofa, the settee, whatever you want to call it. So remember, I'm leaving the settee redder than she is, redder than her clothes. I'm going to flick back to the bullet. I don't know if they did have black and red settees, but they have now. Oh, look at that. It's just practice. I'm doing this, Donna, super quick. I would normally spend a couple of hours colouring something like this in, if I'm honest with you. I've never coloured this quick. You can see I've left the stripes because they're going to have diamond dazzle on them. So what I've tried to do, and hopefully you can see this, I've tried to make sure that the settee is a shade lighter than her dress. So she looks like she works there. Yeah, you can tell, look, completely different shades. So you can tell she works there because she's matching the upholstery or the leather. She's a leather chick. I have gone into the fresh air there, which is a shame. Oops. Don't be scared of the chisel. The chisel's brilliant for doing large areas quickly. And just remember, we are shading out, we are bleaching out some of that shadow. Oh, it looks so good, look. So good. And I'm doing this super quick. Right, so we're going to allow that to dry. I am going to do... No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it because I want her to be darker than the settee. So we're going to allow that to dry and we'll move on to the skin. I'm going to get a drink. Oh, I've got to do the stripes. Let's just do some stripes. This will be interesting, see if I can do stripes straight. That's not too bad. So, stripes. I should have done this with the brush, really. It's not too bad. You can see I'm doing this upside down so that I can follow, I can try and follow these lines. If I'd have done this with the brush, it would have been neater. I can't talk. I can't talk while I'm doing stripes. Well, it's not too bad. That's not too bad. That'll do. Right, let's move on to the skin. That's just freehand with a bullet. I should have I should have been and got my brushes. Don't forget the bit between her legs. Yeah, it's table, look. It's just space and the table leg. The table leg and the table top. I'm going to do them light grey. So let's move on to skin, because I know that's what you're all... we might not get watercolouring done, everybody. If we don't, we'll have to have another session. So skin tones, there are loads and loads and loads of skin tones. Oops, what's that? I've just knocked off my shelf. Oh, it's a list. I think that was a to-do list. I'll ignore it. Loads and loads and loads of skin tones. Yeah, okay. So dark skin, light skin, whatever you want, you can make it from this. It's all about practicing again. Oh, sugar. And just finding colours that you like. Okay, so I'm going to do her slightly peachy. Slightly peachy. How long does the retro code lasts until, there you go, Sunday night. Karen, did you see Linda was saying she'd struggled with the... What have I just missed? He's going to laugh at that, Helen says. Oh, the bit between... Skin tones. Get a drink, Phil. Go and get some pens, everybody. And get some of these images. Right, so loads and loads and loads of different skin tones. Pinky, peachy, whatever you want. I don't know what I'm going to use, so I'm just going to grab a couple. Let's just grab a couple and see what they look like. Now, let's see what these look like. I want a paler one. Milky white. Milky white. Raw silk. So they're what I've just picked up. So let's see if I can make a skin tone from this. So just do the same trick. The same trick. So that's very, very pale. In fact, that must be one that I've used a lot. There you go. So write the number down, Phil, which is 132. So 132 actually looks like a skin tone before I add anything to it. So 132. so does this, which is 27. And these all look like different skin tones. 135. Do you see what I mean about the choices? One, 3, 4. I'm going to give her a pinky tint, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to use this one. And the only reason I've chosen a pinky tint is because we've got red in the image. And pearl white is 109. And I think that's too yellow, so definitely not that one. So let's just see. Let's go yellow, pastel peach, skin white. So this says it's skin white, but I bet it's not. Actually it is. This is like a proper flesh colour. 131. I will look at what you're saying later. That's too dark, but I might use that for the shadows. 26. And 141. Oops. Look how many different colours I've just picked up from there. 141. So let's have a look. So loads and loads of different skin colours. Some of them a bit yellow. 136 is pinky. 131 is proper flesh colour, I would say. And some of the others are a bit yellowy, so you would use them for shadows. I will just say, I can't remember which colour it is. Might be that one. Is it barely flesh? That's the one that they're calling flesh, which is 139. I'm not using that one. I want a little bit of a pinky tone, so I'm just trying to find a very pale pink. That is lilac almost, so 196, no. Baby skin pink, fruity pink, medium pink. Medium pink might do it. 137. Right, I'm not going to spend forever doing this. So 139 for sure. 136 for sure. And I want a dark, I want a slightly yellowy one for the shadows. 135, 27. 27 I'm going with. So I'm just using 3. So what's really important for me to tell you at this stage is when you're doing skin, yeah, all the so just so you know, everybody, all the retro diner stamps, all of them are half price. There are a few that we've sold out of, but all of the stamps are half price already. If you're going for the papers, which is where the cherry's from, if you put the code in, there are 2 different paper packs. So if you go for the papers along with any of the stamps, you'll get 30% off the papers by putting in the code retro in capital letters. So just about the whole tub I've got here, the whole of that tub is more or less different tones for skin. One thing I'm just going to remind you is you need to let them dry. So I can see some of these are far too yellow. And these 2 here that I've not used, but they're actually, it's really tricky for you to see, but they're actually very, very pale pink. So I'm just going for those 3 colours. I might introduce a brighter pink. Yeah, that might do it. But we'll see. So these images, if you're not very good at skin tones, these images are really, really forgiving because they are so easy to colour in. So I'm going to do her skin now. And I'm going to start with the 139, I think. So, I mean, you can see how easy it's going to be to colour her skin in because it's just easy. So I'm just going to go in where I know it's going to be darker. I'll bring it in and show you at each stage as well. And hopefully I can bleach out some of the red that I've gone into her. She's got a dirty knee. So let me just show you what I've done to her legs, look. So I've gone in underneath the skirt, down the right side, left side of that leg. I've left the right side completely clear. And I'm just going to do her arms as well, which is exactly the same way. Oh, I forgot her scarf. The same with the face. And the same with this arm. And I'm just going to show you. Can you see on her hand there? I've got a little bit of red in it. I'm going to be able to bleach that out now. So I always tend to leave the skin and the hair, regardless of what image it is, until last. So that's where I've gone with the first colour. Yeah, tell her to get a wash. And now I'm just going to build up with a slightly darker tone. And 136 is a little bit peachy, look. So 136 is a little bit peachy. It's really tricky to show you in this light because they all look very yellow, but they're completely different. So 136 is slightly peachy. So the combination of these two colours is giving me effectively a true flesh colour. Let me see if I can show you. I can't really show you, it's not showing you very well in this light, but can you see there, look, where I've gone over the edge? It's effectively a perfect white skin tone. It would be no good for me because I'm darker skinned. So if you were doing somebody like me who's darker skinned, you would probably use one of the beige tones. And if I'm just coming back from holiday, you would probably just use that one. Did I do her arm? I can't remember. So all I'm doing at this stage is adding shading. If you struggle to colour skin in, you really don't need to worry about it on these pictures. Can you see on the face where I've just gone down the side there? Thank you for the tip of doing a swatch and writing down the numbers of the pens. I always do that, Donna. Always. It's easy. It's just easy to look back as well. And something else I do, Donna, like when I've done with this, I will save that with these images so I know what colours I've used. I've done a penny a bit skew-if, but hey ho. What have we just done? We've done... So now I need to go on with powder pink, which is 27. So 27. I'm just going to show you what I've done with this. I mean, if I should give her bright red lips, is that a bit much? So that next colour, 27, I've gone on to the white. I haven't covered the white space up, but I've gone on to the white. And now we're going to go back to the first colour, which was this one. I'm trying to do the leg first because it's the biggest space. Can I just show you a leg now, look? How can I get you to see the... Oh, I can't show you the bloody shading. The light's too bright. Can you see? I don't know whether you can see the shading. So can you see, look, how it blends into lighter at that side? My lights are too bright. They're covering it up. Oops, I've just coloured her eyes in yellow. She's a bit jaundiced. So I've gone back over with the first colour, which was the palest one. And now I'm going to bring in a little bit of that rose pink. So just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll show it you in a minute because it will make sense when you see it. I might not get the watercolouring done. If I don't get the watercolouring done, we will have to do it on another time. But at least I've shown. And do you know what? Everybody voted for watercolouring. And I've still done the alcohol pens first. So that's what I've done, look, with the rose pink. So you can see now I've just put a bit more shadow back in. And then we're just going to blend that back in with the 139. Oops. 139, but this time, so when I'm doing the last bit, I'm not going over what I've just added. I'm just doing it at the other side. I don't even need to do it on the arm. Oh, she's a lovely girl. She's going to have bright red lips. It's 8:20, so I need to get a move on. Proper red lips. I'm just doing the bits I forgot about. Yeah. I'm just going to do one more row. It's really tricky for me to show you because the lights are too bright. Oops. Oh crikey, what colour hair? Milkshake needs to be pink, so let's find a pale pink. That'll do. Let's just give her a little... Oh, she looks like a clown. Sorry, you've lost me now, I'm colouring. So just a little bit of powder stuff on her cheeks. So I'm going to finish off super quick with the lightest grey I've got, which is warm grey. Oops, one. Yeah, perfect. So I'm just going to quickly do the bench. So that's just shading with one colour. I think I'll do the top of that grey as well, just so it's not too dark. And her heels. And the wheels. I don't want to make this card because I want you to see it put together. And the floor. So I am going to colour the floor in to sort of match the table. So let me just see if this is... Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm not going to colour the whole thing in. I'm just going to take my... I'm just going to take the doodah. What do you call it? The chisel end. And I'm roughly, look, just roughly colouring this in. I'm not being neat with it. I'm colouring at the same angle that the settees are. This is why the chisel's so good. So all I've done, look, is I've added a very pale grey onto that floor. If I put it next to there, you might be able to see it better. No, you can't because my lights are too bright, but trust me, there is a grey there. Now, should we have a brunette or should we have a blonde? Does it really matter at this stage? Been waiting for Doodah to come in. Parma violets, yeah, I love them. Pink shrimps. I don't even know what that is. Let's just have a brunette. Let's just find a nice brown. That'll do. And a darker one. That's too dark. Mahogany. Let's try that. That's too brown. Rose beige. That sounds posh, doesn't it? Yeah, that's nice. So there's not much air there to colour in. So let's just do it easy peasy. It's caramel. So first colour. Second colour, I'm going to do little flicks. Or I'm going to try to do little flicks. Back to the first colour. I could really do another workshop on this to do it properly, but I'm getting arm ache. And then I'm just going to go back in with the darkest colour. I will just give you another little tip for hair. Hair actually works quite nicely if you colour when the alcohol is still wet. So it blends nice and soft. Oops, it blends nice and soft if you wait for the if you do it while the alcohol's still wet. Just click that back in. I can't believe I've got a highlight in that, look. So from nothing to that, and it actually looks really rather fabulous, doesn't it? Peanut brittle, cherry lips. Right, let me just put my pens away and we're going to get this card put together because it's 8:30 now. So I'm sorry, we're not going to get the watercolouring done. I might try and do it tomorrow and show you what it looks like. Or would you rather wait and do it with me? There's another thing I want to do before we move on. I'll just put a bit more grey on that. That's better. That's the quickest colouring I've ever done, really. I am going to glitter the lines. Stop, Phil. Stop. Stop. Stop it. Yes, I will do, Jeanette, yeah. You need to treat yourself to the pens, the half price. So that's really, really quick colouring. But it don't look too bad to say how quick I did it. So let's just bring the card in. So when I was prepping this, let's just pop this on here. Let's just pop that on here. Look at how much colour is on the back. Red, I've done reds on purpose because reds are really difficult to get right. Just remember, I mean, look how fab that settee looks, apart from there where I went out the lines. Just remember, you can shadow reds with browns and greys, and it actually looks really good. So I'm just going to pop this on while we do the other bit, because there's something else I want to show you as well. So let's just pop her on there. Look how good it looks when you mat it onto a piece of black card. Oh crikey, I've completely neglected you all, haven't I, tonight? That's what happens when you get me to colour in. Oh, where's my YouTube? It was a bit ambitious, Trish, I think you're right. It was too ambitious, but there you go. Let's just move these out of the way. At least I've shown you how easy that is to do. All of these images are dead easy to colour in. All of them. And you know what? It's a piece of card, so after you've done it, if you don't like it, stamp it again. That's the beauty of the stamps. So I've got a little border here using, these papers are all from the Retro Diner papers. I was just going to say, do you know, when I get time, I'll colour that in properly, but I'll never have time. So these papers are all, I say I'm going to do this, this and this, and just run out of time. Yeah, so these papers are all from the Retro Diner duo. I'm not going to ink them or anything. We're just going to, it'll be a flat card. But I am going to show you something that I thought was really cool when I was trying to prep this demo. I love this paper with the cherries on. Why have I never done one? Love it, love it, love it. I'll just do it flat. So we're going to do a little bit of paper piecing. So one of the stamp sets that, obviously the images are what you need first, but one of the stamp sets that I really like that goes with this collection is the retro signs. And when I was getting ready for this demo, I had an idea, and I thought, well, I wonder what that'll look like. So we're going to do it. And I thought about paper piecing one of the signs. So that's what we're going to try. So I'm breaking up the cherries with the checkered paper, just to break it up a little bit. That can go on foam tape. Just at the top and bottom. The problem with doing colouring on demos is it takes longer than you think. And I'll try and show you the techniques because it's that's more important. But there's only so much you can do on a quick live. So let's just pop that on the card. I can see you've been buying these stamps. And I'm really glad because I think you're going to love them. This is that awful foam tape. Look at that. Why have I not thrown that in the bin? In fact, do you know where that's going? In the bin. It's too sticky. You won't ever see that roll again. I don't think anybody will ever see that roll of foam tape again. I'll just stand up to do this. Phil, have you done a fruit or vegetable paper? Oh, no, I haven't. Why, have you got a barrow, Rob? Oh, look how good this looks. I told you it was easy to do. It's so easy to do. So easy to do. Right, so the idea I had was with the retro signs is, let me just find them. So I really like this set of stamps. I can see the versatility in it, particularly with the fabulous happy birthday stamp there. Now, if I'd got time, I would probably do this and colour it in to match, but I'm not. But I love this. I love this diner sign here. And I thought, you know, because it's got an open space, I thought, I know what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to stamp that, and I'm going to cut it out and paper piece it. So that's what we're going to do. I've saved this little bit of checkered paper. So just remember, if you're going to get this stamp set, so the sign is actually, if you want the writing straight look, the sign is actually off centre. It's a bit like an ice cream cone. Oops. It's a bit like an ice cream cone. And that's how I want mine to look tonight. Like a little ice cream cone. Oh, wrong one. I want my VersaFine for this. And we're going to stamp this twice and fussy cut, because she is in a diner. So I only want from this the triangle in the background, but I can't see because of the light, but I have got to get the diner straight, the word diner straight, so that it looks right when I fussy cut it. So I've stamped it on the paper, and I'm going to stamp it on a piece of the card that I just had. I'll just do it on here. I've done it with a VersaFine so that it's blacker. So I'm doing this the opposite way round, as you would expect. We could have stamped it onto the card and then just used a bit of paper, but I want the paper to be raised, so we've got a little bit of dimension. Where's my kitchen roll? Just seen a message Karen sent me. So cut the sign out. It's so clever, this. I love the shadows behind it as well. Remember, you do need the proper alcohol card for these pens. It took us ages to find the supplier for that one, but it's the best card I've ever used for alcohol pens. So now, because I've done it this way around, when I cut the paper out, I can cut inside the lines and decoupage that up, which I think is marvellous. I'm going to save that with my stamps. Save that for a palette. And now I can cut inside the lines, look, so I'm going on the second line. Isn't it fab that you can do this with stamps? So what we've done is we've brought in the checkered paper from the back, from the border. I'll just stick it on just to be quicker. Oops, I've just thrown. I've just thrown the bit I want in the bin. Phil, if you're cutting out, does it matter whether the word is straight? No, absolutely not. Because I'm gonna put this at the top up here. Yeah. But if I did it that way, the diner would just be on an angle, look. It looks fab either way. But I've just thrown the bit I want in the bin. That was lucky. So let's just get this on. I want you to get a set of alcohol pens, even if you only get one set. Obviously, the best thing is to get the whole collection, but just get one set and have a go with them and see just how easy they are to use. If you're thinking, well, I don't colour characters in, just imagine all the flowers and butterflies and stuff that I've done coloured in with alcohol pens. It takes them to a different dimension. Oh, look at that. So now let's just get a bit of Diamond Dazzle. I've got a sentiment to put on, but let me get my Diamond Dazzle on. Normally I would do this with a Quickie glue pen, but we ain't got time tonight. Oh, I forgot the green on a leaf as well. That's the other good thing about alcohol pens. It's not going to harm it. It's not going to bleed with the glue. Bear with, you know, we've got to have Diamond Dazzle. Right, here we go. It's marvellous. So the glitter, well, you saw where I put it. It's just on the edges of the settee, on the cupcake, and in the middle of her wheels. So we've got a bit of glitz going on with the settee. And we've got it on the retro diner sign. So let's get that decoupaged up. And we are done. I love the cherry paper. And I love the colour of the settee. I love it all. I love these stamps. She's got, I don't know whether you can see the rosy cheeks. Oh, you can now, look. You can now. So I've given her rosy cheeks because she saw what, I can't remember who it was that said it, where somebody said, don't forget to do the bit between her legs, Phil. Oh, you lot are fabulous. So a little bit of glue gel for this, just so I can raise it up. I am going to do this with the word in the right orientation. So rather than skew if, I'm going to do it with the words. The words right. Hang on a minute. hang on. Let me just hang on 1 minute. I've just sent Karen a photo. Oops. So I'm going up here, look. So let's go up there with the word straight to the edge. Mill, are you listening? You mean this bit here? Do you mean this bit here? It's probably best not to, Rob. That bit is coloured in. I coloured that in when I did the rest of the table. So that bit has been coloured in. It's a very light grey to match the table. So let's just do a little sentiment now. If I... yeah, I've done that bit as well. It's already done. So if anybody's telling me to colour in the leg of the table, I've done it already. Oops. So yeah, so if I was doing this, with more, I would probably use that happy birthday. But let's just see if one of these little sentiments will fit on there nicely. Sweet wishes, that's nice, isn't it? Let's have sweet wishes. It needs to be in the same card as the rest. Have you noticed, everybody? I've eaten as well. You lot are terrible. So just so you know, I'm just going to show you. That bit is coloured. That bit is coloured. And that bit is coloured. If you didn't see me doing it, what were you messing at? It's coloured, 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 coloured. Oh, you are awful, but I like you. Let me just chop this. Oh dear. So funny. Oh, so I just need to make sure that's big enough. That's too big. For anybody who's watching us for the first time, that's too big. I'll stamp it and chop it down. For anybody who's watching us for the first time, I apologise. But it is kind of the norm. So prepare yourself. I'm just going to trim this down a bit. Are you happy now I've told you all that bit's coloured in? Even if you think I've not done it. Everyone's been stressing about it, have they, Vicky? The bit I'm talking about is too high to be the table leg. I'm not even looking because all the bits on there that should be coloured in are coloured in. So stop stressing. Right, let's get this little sentiment on. And then we're done. It's a good job I'm not doing the watercoloured one. We'd have been here till 11 o'clock. Oh, ain't that a nice sentiment? Sweet wishes. It should be red like the sofa. No, it shouldn't. That's the last I'm showing you. I'm not even looking at the comments. I've just shown you the image on the packaging. Every bit that's supposed to be done is done. So let's just get this little sentiment on. It's Open, Jean. If you're talking about this bit here, that can't possibly be part of the settee because the settee is back on an angle like that. Thank you. Tell them, Maureen. Maureen's going to tell you all. Right, let's just get this little sentiment on. And then I'm going for the strongest drink I've got in my cabinet. Oh, thank you, Vicky. It's probably a bit bolder. I just wanted bolder colours. I love that. Sweet wishes. Let's see if I can just cover that inky stain up. I should have stamped it on the sentiment, really. It's a shame to pop that on. And there you go. Oh, right. So just for everybody who's in my group, you know, next time I ask you, do you want alcohol pens or watercolour pens? Tell me that you don't want any pens. Oh, Chrissy. Right, I'm going to just pop the link on for the pens because I can see some people have been buying them. And I really want you to try them. So the link's on for the pens. Thank you, Jean. It's very simple because obviously I've spent more time colouring in. But I would have probably spent even longer colouring that in. Easy peasy to do. And that was the point of trying to show you the pens tonight. To show you the pens, to show you these gorgeous stamps. Please don't miss out on the stamps. Look, that's the one I was going to do with the watercolouring, so we'll do that on another night. It won't be this week. So go and get yourself some bargain half-price stamps. Original, hand-drawn artwork that once they've gone, they have gone. I cannot reorder these once they've gone, everybody, so I'm just telling you. So you're going to get a 15 quid stamp set for £7.50, which I just think is quite marvellous. So that's the one we've done tonight, Sweet Sunday, Sitting Pretty. I love this one. If I'd have had more time, I would have done this one. I love that image so much. It just takes longer to colour in than that. Rockabella I love, because they're not all skinny bins. Then we've got the dinner, we've got the dinner ladies. The Diner Divas. That fabulous background. The retro extras, which I love. The jukebox on its own. And oh, I've lost my cover. I'm demented. Oh, I don't know where it is. Oh, it's here. And the retro size, which is the one that I've just used. So grab yourself a bargain, half price stamps, 30% off the papers if you use code retro when you're checking out. You will get 30% off the papers. So it makes sense to get the papers while you're getting one or two or whatever of the stamps. And obviously the pens are all half price anyway. It's a fabulous treat to yourself. I have already done a video, I think, on YouTube with the pens that goes into more detail about shading, blending, light sources and stuff like that. I just can't do that on a live. It takes too long to do. So let's choose a couple of winners. And do you know what? I think I'm going to do the stamps. Is that all right, Mel? Oops, I've left that thing on. I'm going to do a set of the stamps. So I think that's a bargain. I have lost the plot. So Rob, this is just for Rob's benefit on YouTube. Rob, if you don't get your mum to message on Facebook, just email Karen at the shop. So it's Karen at honeypotcrafts.co.uk. And we're now going to choose a couple of winners. I might give the card away. I might not. I always say I'm going to do it, and then I don't. So we'll do a couple of the stamp sets. So YouTube first. So if your name is drawn, as ever, is there a complete collection, or do you have to? I think you've got to do them all individually, Rob. Sorry. Yeah, Karen just answered you. So as ever, if your name is drawn, send us an inbox message, a private message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page with your name, address, and a reminder that you've won one of the Retro Diner stamps. You might get two if you're lucky. It depends what mood they're in at the shop. Just move that to the side so you can see it. Yeah. And let's just do all the socials. So if you haven't yet, please do like and follow my Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, please. So at Sentimentally Yours. The shop is at Honeypot Crafts. Like and follow. LA Pony, I love your name. And then my Facebook page is Phill Crafty Martin. The important one is this one. Make sure you've liked and followed the page, Civil Play. Instagram is Phill M. Martin. TikTok, surprise, surprise, is Phill M. Martin. Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, is Phill M. Martin. And I know that shocked you. And the YouTube channel, for anybody who hasn't yet, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching it, you already know where we are. So subscribe to my channel, Civil Play. If you're watching on Facebook and you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, get on there and just click the subscribe button. It's free. It's just your email address. So good luck, everybody. Let's... Oh, the blog. I can't find my picture for the blog. Where's that gone? Oh, it's there. So there's the blog. And that's free to subscribe to as well. So thank you, everybody. Now, good luck. Let's see who wins. I'm going on YouTube first. You can't say we don't have a laugh, can you? So here we go. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scroll, scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. And so my mouse has stopped on Trudy A. Lot. I hope I've said that right. Apologies, Trudy, if I haven't. You know the drill. Private message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page with your name and address and a reminder that you've won one of the Retro Diner stamps. And we will get those off to you on as soon as possible. I forgot to tell you all, everybody, the Facebook group. If you're not in our Facebook group, you need to be joining it ASAP. So Thursday evening is when we do our special happy hour live demos, but only for members of my Facebook group. And that is where you'll find it. Just search on Facebook. So over to my choking. So thank you, everybody on YouTube. I will be back with... What's that, Rob? A blue ghost? So we will be back on Monday evening on for YouTube. So if you're not in the Facebook group, you won't see me now until next Monday evening. So over to Facebook. Oh, what a laugh. You can't say we don't have a bit of fun. So good luck, everybody. And my mouse has landed on Dawn Holden. So congratulations, Dawn. You've won one of these lovely new... Well, they're not new. Lovely, gorgeous stamp sets. Gorgeous, lovely, smashing super. You know the drill. Private message on Facebook, name and address, and a reminder of what you've won. So thank you, everybody. I'm now going to get a drink. And I will see you live in our Facebook group on Thursday evening for a very special happy hour. That's all I'm saying. So I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks everybody. Bye.